guys, so I'm going to tell you something. It's story time. So I was sitting at well, no, let's not get to the story that quickly. I'm going to tell you about what the story is about. So it's about me meeting a new guy, and the guy turns out very fun, but then he turns out at the same time he's very fun, but he's also very strange and creepy. So let me tell you about this. So I was sitting down, and then there was this guy who came up, and I was like, oh, I never saw you around here before. What's your name? Where are you from? Who are you? What's your last name? So he told me who he was, and his name was Joe. Yeah, his name was Joe. G-E-L-L, Joe. So I was just like, oh, hey, Joe. So Joe was very fun, and he was funny. But he would make these jokes that were funny, but they were also very weird and creepy. He would say stuff like, guess what? If I had a knife and I saw an old lady and she was messing around with people, I would just put the knife in her face. I'm like, excuse me, sir? He thought it was funny. It was not funny. And then he would also say stupid stuff like, if I had some Play-Doh and I saw a ghost, then I would throw the Play-Doh at the ghost. Boy, how are you going to throw Play-Doh at a ghost? A ghost, you could obviously go through it, like go through a ghost. So I just think that what he said was pretty retarded. But truth be told, it was kind of funny what he said, but at the same time, it wasn't very funny. It was kind of creepy. So I would sit down, and then he would meet this other dude who never knew him, and then he would kind of do stuff like, okay, be prepared for this, okay? I'm gonna just do the countdown. You're gonna be prepared for this, because this is just kind of strange. Ready? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so I was sitting down, and then he pulled a stick out of his pockets to a dude. And then he said, you see that girl over there? You see that girl over there? I was just like... And then he was just sitting there talking to my friend. He's a guy friend. Not anything else. And so the dude was like, what about that girl? That's my friend over there. He's like, oh, okay, well, here's a little joke about her. So I sat down and listened like this. And then, so after that, he would tell his little stupid joke, and then he would be like, you know, he would be like, okay, so did you know that if I had this stick and I could throw it at anybody in here who had a ghost in their hand? I was like, boy, nobody can have a ghost in their hand. So I was listening and listening even more. Then he said, oh, yeah, so I'm just going to go over there and I'm going to show you right now. I was just like, because he would just be like saying stupid stuff, and then he would just be so weird. So then he said, I'm getting ready to do it right now. So then he took the stick, obviously. It wasn't really big. I'm going to show you how big the stick was. It was very retarded and awkward and weird. It was a stick about this big, and he said that he was going to hit me with this small little stick. So him and my friend walked over to me with this stick, and then he would take the stick, and then he would whack me with it. So I would get up, and then I would, you know, I would slap him in the face. And then so after he would hit me with the stick, he would just be like, okay, anyway, so he would be saying stuff And then he would say, "Oh, I didn't mean to hit you, my friend. I didn't mean to hit you, my friend. Now I'm gonna go in my house and I'm gonna go to sleep." So he goes to sleep extremely, ridiculously early, and he's a 7th grader. I think he studies a lot hours during the day, but he comes out like for 1 hour to play. So yeah, he goes to sleep at like 4 or 3 o'clock. So he went to sleep at 4 o'clock, and then he goes to sleep at 4 o'clock. He comes outside in the middle of the night, and he starts walking around. I don't know what he's holding in his hand, but it was very creepy. I went outside, and I was just like, so he was just like, he was just like, "What are you doing outside?" I'm like, well, I can come outside. I'm trying to just get the mail and stuff at the night. Then he was like, "Okay, come over here, come over closer." So I was just like, okay. I went over closer to him, and then he was just like, "I'm glad you came closer to me." I'm like, why would you say something like that? Then apparently I found out, this is when I found out that he was a evil person and a weird, strange person. He would come walking around in people's houses, and he would take this knife and then he would stab it through people's cars. So I'm just like, no, you're not going to stab at my car. My dad's car. And then like, we used to live in the ghetto back then, so not the ghetto, but like people would be very stupid. And then so he would take that, and then he would walk over to me, and then he tried to put his hands on this little kitty that was right next to me. And then I'm like, "Why are you putting your hands on this small little kitty?" And how did he even get the kitty? Like, it's like the kitty just froze up in time and wasn't even moving. And then he just found a way to freeze the kitty. And then he put his hands on the kitty. And apparently I ended up telling Andreas, the boy next door, to get gel. And to get Elenita, which is my other friend. Andreas was my guy friend. Elenita is my friend. And so after that, we would come over, and then he would call the cops on him. After he would call the cops on him, he would go to jail, because this dude was extremely old in 7th grade. He would never do his work. He would always sit there and talk. I thought it was stupid, but you know, he's a different dude, so yeah. And I just don't think that he should really be friends with me if he's that weird. And so he was only in jail for 1 year, so he's out by now. He's pretty much out by now. But I just hope that he doesn't go walking around here telling the weirdest jokes and doing the weirdest things. But he probably doesn't know better. But at the same time, this guy is old, like in 7th grade. So he's not really that old. He's not like old. He's just too old for his grade. So yeah. So I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna be friends with this guy anymore. So I'm just gonna go back in the house. And I would still see him every night going outside. So I would just pretend to ignore him, and my mom and dad would always remember to put their car in that garage. But I never told them why. I just told them to put their car in the garage. So that's all I have to say. And if you want to hear any good stories, then you better subscribe to my channel. Press the notifications button if you want to hear any more stories that's coming up. And just to let you know, I love all you guys. And I hope you guys all love me. And don't hate, because I hate haters. Oh my gosh, I just hate them. People must like to hate. So that's all I have for you today. Now, bye.